These are the parts you're going to need to make a simple lever crane. A pencil, which is going to be our drill for drilling holes in some of the foam parts. And these foam blocks, that's the base for our crane. That's the tower for the crane, which is going to stand up. And that is the lever for the crane that's going to move. Right. We need a pencil sharpener. We need a little paper clip, a couple of pieces of string, short pieces of string, and then 2 little wooden rods. It doesn't matter that they're green, little wooden rods called dowels. Now we also need several pieces of sticky tape, probably 3 or 4, but we don't need those just yet. So we're going to take all the parts out of the way that we don't need and do it step by step. Right, first step, we're going to use a sharpener, and we don't want to sharpen a point on the ends of the wooden dowels. We just want to shave a little bit off like that. So we don't need a point on the end, we just need to shave a little bit off each end. There we go, no points. There we go, next one, next one. So that didn't take very long, so you could probably just share your pencil sharpener with somebody else. So that part's done, mess created, and we'll keep those 2 little dowels ready for later on. So now what we'll do is we'll have a look at the tower and the jib, and that's basically how they're going to join together. Well, at the moment they're not connected in any way, but we've got to join them so that the lever can do its job and move. We could have the crane in that position, but we need a bit at the back, a bit like the seesaw, so that we can push down or pull down on it and make the jib of the crane move up. Okay, so approximately we need to drill a hole in this position, and I'd say, well, look, if that was halfway and that's the end, then halfway between the halfway point and the end. So I think that's there. So we'll make a start with the hole to be drilled in there. So what we need to do is drill the hole. Now your pencil's got a point on it, so the hole's going to come through on the other side. So make a little gap in your fingers, push and twist. There it goes. Now you don't have to go all the way through just yet. Take it out, turn it around, find the hole and drill from the other side. So there we go again. Fabulous. Backwards and forwards a couple of times. Try and keep it in a lovely straight line. That's fabulous. So that dowel is going to fit in there like that. Well, to join it to the top of the tower, we need to drill a new hole, but not in the jib. We need to drill it in the top of the tower. So not the very top, that would just split through the foam, down a little bit, push, and there's the next hole. Now this is thicker than the jib, so it just takes a little bit more hard work to drill it. You see there's the pencil point coming through. Take it out, turn it round, look for the hole again. There it goes, all the way through. Again, try and get it lovely and straight. Don't try and sort of point the pencil up or down. Try and get that line, a lovely straight line through it. People say it's at a right angle, or 90 degrees, a right angle. There we go. Take it back out. You see, when you use the pencil as a drill, always twist it. Don't just push and pull. So lots of twisting, little bits of pushing. Don't push too hard. Well, now we could join these 2 parts together. Let's have a look. There we go. There's our lever, which is, we've called it the jib. It's just a lever. There it goes. And then this is our tower. What next? Well, what we want to be able to do now is stand it up, and the only way to do that is using a base. So what I'm going to do is have a look at the 2 parts, the tower, the jib. That's one part now, and then the base. And what we want to do is turn it so that this part fits into that hole. It's easier to do it if you just pop the jib off. Now, it looks like it doesn't fit, But if we just squeeze the bottom while we push it in, possibly use both hands, so squeeze and push, squeeze and push. Let's have a look. Squeeze and push, squeeze and push, squeeze and push, squeeze and push, squeeze and push. Turn it upside down. There it is, look. It's come all the way to the bottom. If you go too far, well, that's okay. Just push the thing down till it lines up. Now make sure this is this dowel, this pivot is in a lovely straight line, in line with the front and the back. So the narrower part of the base is the front, narrower part, that's the back, where the tower is. So what we want to do now is pop the jib on. There it goes. Fabulous. And it seems to fall down, doesn't it? So we want to be able to keep it in position where we want it. And that's where the next dowel and the string come into it. If we were to take the string and a tiny bit of tape and just stick it on the end like that, look. So there's our tape on the end. And now go to the back of the jib, stick the bit of tape down. When you try and put foam and sticky tape together, well, it doesn't look like it's going to work. But if you simply rub it on, pinch it and rub it, you get all the air out from underneath it and it will stick. Now you might want to change the position later, but that's no problem. You can peel it off. And later you could wrap a bigger bit of tape around, but don't do that yet. Just a small piece of tape to try it out. So if we pull on that string downwards, there's the crane jib moving. So you can see I'm pushing it the other way. We'll solve that problem shortly. Fantastic. So the lever, which we've been calling the jib, pivots around that wooden dowel, and we're providing a force to move that lever. Right, what next? In a real crane, there would be some sort of a winder to wind up a rope and pull it. So now what we've got to do is decide where that winder is going to be. Let's put it lower down, not too low, maybe about there in the tower. So we need to drill a new hole. There it goes. Perhaps a little bit higher, tiny bit higher, because you want to be able to get your fingers in to be able to turn the new winding axle. So same as before, hold firmly with fingers and then drill the hole and then take it out, turn it round, find the hole, drill it from the other side. There it goes. In goes the new dowel, twisting it through, and the dowel sticks out there. Well, now what we've got to do is take the string and attach it. Now a knot isn't very good at all for that because knots will just slip. So do the sticky tape thing again. So small piece of tape, put it on the end. This time what we're trying to do is pull the lever out a little bit, attach the sticky tape so it presses the string against the winder, and then wrap it around. So there it goes. Wrap it all the way around. Stick it to itself. Give it a few twists. There it goes. And now when we turn it, so I'm turning it from that side, when we turn it, it starts to coil up or wind up the string. And as you can see, it's starting to move the jib. Now when we let go, no, gone too far. A crane wouldn't normally go that high. So let's start at the very bottom again. And let's just see. There we go. Winding it up, letting it fall. Winding it up, letting it fall. So see if you can get your crane to do that. If it was a crane and it was going to lift something up, then of course we would have to have a hook, and the hook would be fitted from the end of the jib. The jib has to be really long because a crane needs to reach out to attach to something, and we can make a very simple hook for the crane by bending out a paper clip. So if you've got a paper clip, bend it out, that's going to be our hook, and then we're going to need another string. Well, you can tie a knot in it this time, or you could use another piece of sticky tape. Try and do the knot in the very end of the string, like that. There it goes. But I would use another piece of sticky tape in order to attach it to the end of the jib. So here we go. Sticky tape just like before. Stand it up, go on the top of the jib, rub the tape like we said, curl it over the edges maybe, add a bigger bit of tape later once you've tried it out. So that would be our little crane there. So let's just wind it back the other way. Oops, turn it back that way. Let's have a look. And there it is. Start to wind it. And there we go. Standing it up, lower it and raise it. Fabulous. Have some fun with that. See if you can make some little items to pick up with your crane.